All right, here we freaking go. I gotta record this. That's not how you record. It's so stupid how Hulu has you record stuff. Like, it's so dumb. Like, why don't they just have a record button right under the play bar? I don't understand that. Okay. So, let me see. I can share. Okay. It's the first time I've done this. All right. All right. This is still going to take forever before they actually start the first pick. So we're probably going to have to wait like 15 minutes before Roger Goodell gets his ass off the stage. Sorry. And we already know the first two picks too, so it's going to be a boring like first half hour of this program. So, God damn it! All right, I'm having mac and cheese and hot dogs. So, broke people food. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you guys could probably hear that, right? How much? I'm eating hot dogs and mac and cheese. Broke people food. So, let's see. Good, you guys can hear it. Yeah, I want you guys to at least hear it so you know what's going on. So what are you? Who do you think your favorite team's going to take at which spot? And tell me your favorite team, and then tell me who you want them to take. All right.
All right, let's be honest.
Shush. I'm playing Bleacher Report coverage on my phone because Bleacher Report, my favorite. Okay, I see that you're Colts all the way, bro. I didn't think you guys would be on here. I didn't think you guys would catch me on here. So Colts offensive tackle Alabama. So you're saying Alex Leatherwood. Okay, dude ball. All right. They're going to err on the side of more information over less information, especially if there's a tie between guys. So I think we have to really be ready to go ahead. I don't know. I don't think they need to pick Alex Leatherwood. I feel like a guy like Christian Darrisaw or Tevin Jenkins should fall. I honestly don't know who the Bears are going to take. Tevin Jenkins, yeah. Tevin Jenkins, I mean, he's the best run blocker in this draft. So, I mean, I would love for the Bears to get him, but the Bears don't ever draft offensive linemen in the first round. They needed offensive linemen badly last draft, and they didn't even draft one until like the 7th round. So, I don't know. And everyone in the green room has been tested, so we are going to see the return of the Huns. Kings of Leon are here, and the first pick is coming up next. You're watching the NFL Draft on ESPN.
What Trevor Lawrence, what he brings to the table, they might get over 500 out the gate. What grade are you giving this? I'm going to give them A+. Only grade to give them. Double A+. You saw him wearing 16 in the video. Trevor Lawrence wears 16 because of Peyton Manning.
You guys can hear that loud? Sorry. Was the TV loud or was the other broadcast loud?
All this is deductible. You want to earn those taxes out? File with the help of an expert, or let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax Live.
The Colts always trade down. Chris Ballard always trades down. So I can see that. That's where the second round is where Chris Ballard really does his magic. So I would not be surprised. Okay.
Number one shop. What's in your
If anyone traded out of the top 5, it will be the Falcons. I don't think the Bengals would want to trade out. I think they like Jamar Chase way too much. So I think the Falcons could trade out because they do need defense, although Kyle Pitts is a really good prospect. I think picks 7 through 9, one of those picks could get. It's likely that one of those picks could get traded. This matters about who. Like, there's a lot of teams that want to trade up.
Wacky happening right now? I thought people could use a break. We've all been through a lot this year. That makes sense. Now's not a good time for your fix that thing.
I think Matt Ryan's like 36. Here. He's old, but I feel like he can still play. And from what I've heard. Oh wow, someone did something to his Wikipedia because it says Matthew Rigney. That's interesting. He's 35, so I think he's still got a few years left in him.
Sometimes that means going all in.
So I don't know. I don't think. I've heard that they don't take quarterback. Oh, close. Okay. Give me a break. I don't know the specific ages of players. See, we're not even to the first pick yet. This is ridiculous. What? We're 10 minutes in. What is up with Aaron Rodgers? Well, I think he wants out. I think he doesn't want to return. That's what he said to the Packers. And, of course, the GM, Brian Gutekunst, and the head coach, Matt LaFleur, flew over to the West Coast to meet with Aaron Rodgers to, convince him to stay. And apparently all this was taking place, and we didn't even know about it. So I thought that was interesting. But the Packers and Aaron Rodgers were keeping it under wraps, but they held it into the draft night, which isn't convenient at all because now this is the time where teams can maybe make an impulse trade for him. And he wanted to go to the Niners. The Niners were checking in on him last night, and they said, hey, number 3 pick, a few other picks, give us Aaron Rodgers. And of course the Packers didn't do it. So yeah, I don't think that trade's going to happen ever because I feel like the 49ers are going to make this pick. And of course the real question is, who is that pick going to be? God, it's Trevor Lawrence. I swear, if there's one tick off that clock, what the heck? This is like the most no-brainer thing in the world.
You will see on the stage the easy chair he made famous as he hosted the event from his basement a year ago, and he is on his way out now with legends of Cleveland football and present. The fun's about to start.
Roger Goodell's finally on the stage. There's a chair there. What is that chair doing there? I don't know. That's weird.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the 2021 NFL Draft. Come on. Come on, Cleveland.
I know some people compared.
Let's go. Come on.
Roger Goodell, please stop.
As you can see, I have a few friends here with me.
As you can see.
Even though they don't need to be introduced to Brownie fans. First, Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry, Joe Thomas, and who's that other guy? Oh, Bernie Kosar.
Bernie Kosar.
I think O lineman and D lineman it's pretty deep. There's not that top D line guy. Like last year was Chase Young. That's what this class is kind of lacking is the D line, like the premier D lineman. But it's pretty good depth on the D. There's pretty good depth on the D line. So. And I actually do like the top pass rusher in this draft, Jalen Phillips, who could actually go to the Colts. And honestly, I think that'd be an awesome pick. The reason why, and if he didn't have any injuries, he'd probably go higher. But he's had a lot of he had to retire from UCLA because of his injuries, but he ended up going to Miami and he ended up having a great season. So his teammate Gregory Rousseau was supposed to be the top edge rusher, but he's just so raw that I don't know if he's going to be taken in the first round. He had 15 sacks 2 years ago, but he opted out this year, and people are questioning if he has actual instincts at the off the edge. So, jeez, come on, get on with this, jeez. Here we go, Brownies. No. Yes, please.
If Niners take Mac Jones, I might throw my remote through the TV. If the Niners take Mac Jones, one of the BR app listeners owes me $20. I believe it was JJ. So that I will hit you with the Venmo/Cash App, and we'll make that happen. Do you guys want to do the second pick in the draft? Just get that out of the way too. So we know what it is. Right? All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's put the New York Jets on the clock. They just put the Jaguars on the clock on TV. Let's do the Jets. You know, the rest of the night talk about their routers and that entire situation.
Come on.
So here we go.
Let's go. Finally.
With the second pick in the NFL draft,
The second pick will be Zach Wilson too, so we know that much.
33 to 3 touchdown and interception ratio from Draper, Utah.
Oh goodness, I hate that draft ticker. Oh, that is so bad. The only thing cool about it is a little line under it, and it just slowly goes down each second. Like, what is the purpose of that? We can already see. I don't get that.
Listen, I really like Zach Wilson. Number 2 quarterback. He's a great quarterback draft, right? This was the year for taking in the top 10 of one of these guys. And the biggest driver of this is the lightning quick runners. Really good athletes. Really drive the ball down the field. The accuracy at all 3 levels. Really impressive. And he's just so good when the play breaks down. If things go wrong, he bounces around the pocket. And he drives down the field. He will take off as a runner to make something happen. Vertical passing ability, something that Jets have not had in their offense.
Okay, so Trevor Lawrence is going to be in the Colts division. Let's see. Who knows what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson? Ryan Tannehill's pretty good. I don't know. Do you think, as a rookie, do we think that Trevor Lawrence is better than Ryan Tannehill? Well, probably not better than Deshaun Watson, but who knows if Deshaun Watson's going to play for the Texans. I think, Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if he will. I don't know what record the Jaguars will have with him. I still don't know what Trevor Lawrence is going to be like his first year in the NFL. I don't know if he's going to be absolutely electrifying and amazing, or if he's going to struggle a little bit, but he's still going to be pretty dang good for a rookie quarterback. Or, that's kind of what, Joe Burrow last year could be Trevor Lawrence this year, or he could be like Justin Herbert was last year. I honestly don't know.
Let us bring in our quarterback guru here. Zach Wilson, the one thing that I hear about Zach Wilson,
I think he could have a Baker Mayfield type rookie season, maybe. Probably not as many picks, but.
Before I get to that, I have to say, Zach Wilson, I don't know if you guys saw that picture he posted on his Twitter for the draft, talking about the moment. He literally looked.
What is going on? Just pick already.
So I had to say that for a second.
Tampa choke. Wow.
I think the scouts.
I don't know. We'll see how Tannehill does next season. I really think the Titans are really going to regress next year. I don't think they're going to be nearly as good of a football team as they were last year. They just lost so many guys. They lost so many guys on their back end. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know if Derrick Henry's going to be able to run behind that line. Their defense is super suspect. So I honestly don't know. And of course, Corey Davis left. He went to the team with the second pick. So yeah, Jadeveon Clowney left. He left to go to the Browns. So.
With myself, with Calvin and my team in Washington, we have a guy that can make the plays. Not
yes, it sucks.
So, like I said, they're 31st in the past. That's not somewhere they want to be, but I think they're going to rely on that run game to kind of give them an opportunity to be successful when it breaks down.
Man, I mean, Jadeveon Clowney. You think, Jadeveon Clowney's going to leave the Texans. That's nice. He goes to the Seahawks for like half a season. And then he goes back to the AFC South. That's got to be pretty annoying.
I'm not gonna throw an interception. I'm gonna find somebody taking up their route and getting downfield, and I can throw the target to the right spot. Let my guys make the play.
No, it's all gone. Well, it's almost all gone. One more bite.
You see good, let's call it like it is. Yeah. I know they felt like they needed somebody to get on the field right away. That's probably why they hesitated with Trey Lance. Trey Lance well. Quarterback class. Jacksonville, the Jets.
Oh my gosh, why have they not picked yet?
It's a new era at the most
I think Trevor Lawrence struggles a bit on tape. That's kind of my issue with him. He struggled a bit on tape. He threw a lot of screen passes. He threw the most screen passes any quarterback did in the nation. But I feel like in a different system, in Urban Meyer's system, I think he could be better. His physical stature and his skills are just too good.
Going forward from this point out, so we have what we believe is going to be Trevor Lawrence with a few minutes left with Jacksonville.
Trevor's like confused. He's just like, dude, can you please just pick already? What? He has Kyle Pitts at 9? Oh, I don't know his exact measurables, but I think he's 6'4". No, Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence is 6'6". He's 6'6". I'm gonna guess like 225. 220. Okay, so 6'6", 220. So I was kind of right on that. So that was pretty close.
Our show is presented by Rocket Mortgage.
I don't know his wingspan or anything, but those probably matter. He's got big hands. I'm not gonna look up his how big his hands are.
Check out the Rocket Mortgage home buyers guide, articles, tips. Okay, Connor just gave us our best player.
Why do the Jaguars get another 10 minutes? Oh, they made the pick. About freaking time.
Well, pick is in for Jacksonville. I'll officially announce it when it gets out. Okay, what was your reaction when you heard that Aaron Rodgers said, "I do not want to be coming back to Green Bay"? This is what Adam Schefter.
I'm gonna check Twitter.
He is so disgruntled with the Packers. He has told someone in the organization he does not want to return to the team. League sources tell ESPN the Green Bay Packers then responded later.
It's official.
It is completely our intention to be our quarterback in the future. We have no plans moving on.
Official Trevor Lawrence is the pick.
I laughed. Honestly, I laughed.
Bro.
You don't let guys like Aaron Rodgers go. At this point,
How impressed are you that I got the measurables right that time?
No matter what you want to do.
Or are you going to dog me again and say, "Oh, you're not an expert"?
We're not trained, so it was draft day info, but I laughed at it, honestly.
You don't think, though, that there are certain players in this league that have enough power that can really throw weight around? Do you believe, or do you believe?
I threw weight around before.
What happened?
I would say Trevor's 40 is probably around like
Where were you?
high 4.5s.
And I got a call that traded me to San Fran. This is before San Fran.
High 4.5s, low 4.6.
Before San Fran turned to San Fran.
I don't think he ran the 40, did he?
Right? So I ended up kind of going to San Fran. And, a little birdie
He might
on
have.
my phone, like, hey,
I honestly didn't keep up with him because nobody cares. He ran a 4.7.
gotta go to San
Wow.
Fran if you don't want
Wow.
to.
He's supposed. I thought he was supposed to be fast.
You kind of control this thing right now. Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Little birdie, a big dog, but a little birdie.
Oh, he's having a fan
You know,
announce a pick every time. Oh my gosh, that's
John
amazing.
back. John, I ain't going to San Fran. He said, all right, so where you want to go? Call you right back. Thought about it. Me and my brother, we went through it. Called him back. I go to the Rams.
Yeah, that's faster than me too.
Patriots or the Cowboys. Make one of them happen.
I just.
Called me back an hour later. Actually,
It's
waited
about
on me.
time.
He said, hey, I think he's gonna come out here. So, hey,
He's a
so I
Jacksonville
went around
Jaguar.
a little bit 'cause that little birdie gave me the inside. I'm a 10-year vet. I never knew that kind of info, right?
Right.
I learned something new that year.
That's pretty good.
That was like the most brainerous pick ever.
We have some tweets that Revs. So let's see who's chiming in right now.
All right.
Unimpeachable source, as of last
All right, enjoy your dinner.
Aaron Rodgers' wish list was the Niners, Broncos, Raiders, not necessarily in that order. He wanted Patrick
Pretends to be shocked.
49ers.
I gotta pull up my mock draft too to make sure that my mock draft is right, because I want to be right.
Our next move by Rodgers is to
Jets.
I'm hearing Aaron Rodgers to Broncos. It's close to a done deal, says Mark Schlereth. Still could fall through, but fingers crossed. A few things on that. Number one, Denver was the team that came out of nowhere during the Peyton Manning sweepstakes and got that done. Number two, their GM that is now taken over, Jordan Patton. He was with the Vikings when they got the deal done with Brett Favre when he was leaving Green Bay. And I will say, when you look at the Broncos, who I believe have Mike Munchak as an offensive line coach, it's a pretty good place to go, especially with Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton coming back, KJ Hamler, Von Miller. You know he would be excited.
And let me tell you something. If not, Mark Schlereth tweeted that. Mark Schlereth is in Denver. He used to live in my neighborhood. He's in Denver. Walk upstairs if you want to.
Yeah.
Mark Schlereth tweeted that. I don't know if I'm laughing now. I don't get it's close. To
Crap, I didn't save it.
It's close to a done deal.
That's fine. I can look at the video.
Man,
I don't know. It could just be
Dang
him
it.
tweeting, which is very possible. They have the ninth pick in this draft, which
All right, I'm gonna go to
could be
YouTube
pretty
and
valuable, and you have to
check
say
that out.
Green Bay. At least you drafted Jordan Lawrence. The Jacksonville Jaguars, by the way, have selected Trevor Lawrence. You knew that. What was months ago?
I really hope the Bears trade up, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Is there a chance that it could be tonight, or is this just getting with the way the NFL's gone? Of course, there's a chance, right? I mean, me and Keith were talking about when he got here today. Like, would it shock you if John Gruden was ever seeking to get Aaron Rodgers? No, it wouldn't shock you. I mean, that little buzz about the Broncos, man, that would be an exciting offense to watch. Oh my God! But when you look at the cap situation in Green Bay, I know it has to be a post June 1st to make it a little easier. There's some hurdles here. There's a lot of hurdles here where, unless they've known about this a lot longer than the general public, this is something that is very hard to execute.
Yeah, that's the issue with Zach Wilson. You really don't know if the
I want to bring in our quarterback guru RG3
if the competition really shows how good he is,
Robert, man, I'm curious what you thought.
because he played bad competition in BYU. His intangibles are impressive, really impressive. He looks like an Aaron Rodgers type of quarterback, but I don't know. I think Justin Fields is better than him, and yeah, I think he's the third best quarterback. But they take him at 2, so obviously it doesn't show that on TV, but we all know. All right, so this is where it gets interesting. Once pick number 2 is done for, we really do not know if it's going to be San Francisco, if it's going to be 3. We don't know who San Francisco is going to take. That's basically what I'm going to say. But Zach Wilson, he's going to be an upgrade over Sam Darnold, I think.
Makes you wonder if it was inspired by Tom
A huge
Brady.
upgrade. He could have huge superstar potential.
We have Matt Stafford, quarterback of the LA Rams.
But, I mean, I worry about the size. I worry about the competition.
We have already done breakdowns of Trevor
And I worry about the Johnny Manziel comparisons, too. Because that's his floor, Johnny Manziel. So
Is this information?
I think he's one of the more bust-worthy quarterbacks in this draft. So
Jets have 3 minutes on the
he could
clock.
definitely bust. I don't think he's a safe. I don't think he's for sure a surefire safe prospect.
San Francisco
So.
49ers. Why don't we kind of turn our attention now to the Niners and start getting ready for that? Today, for the first time in weeks, Trey Lance became the betting favorite in Vegas to be the third pick over Mac Jones. You have been saying Trey Lance now for weeks. How do you process between the two where you would go if you were running that organization? I would go with Trey Lance because I think the upside is significantly higher, right? When you look at it, the things he can do off script or throwing on the run is just different from what Mac Jones can do. And we haven't seen, I'm not saying we've seen the best of Mac Jones, but I think we are getting to a point where you know who he is, right? He's going to be a pocket passer.
You really got to watch what the Raiders do.
Anticipation, accuracy, all those things. With Trey Lance, there is some
Because the Raiders have picked some weird guys. Yeah, this is Zach Wilson.
Because you see everybody's moving left. The defense thinks the ball's going to be thrown left on some kind of flood concept, and they throw it back across
Show the Aaron Rodgers throw that completely destroyed the Bears. Makes sense.
Just when you think a guy like Mac Jones can't run this kind of offense, yeah, he can. Why? Because you see
I deal with this pain every day.
play action, roll back left. Here you're going to see George Kittle. Looks like he's going to the seven route to the corner. No, he's not.
Gosh, the Bears need to trade up. They need a quarterback.
That's why you fall in love with Zach Wilson, because you go, hey, Mike LaFleur, you're going to design some of those plays.
Top 2 quarterbacks are off the board. Still 3 good quarterbacks there. I honestly, no matter what the pick is here for the Niners, it is going to be a surprise. It is going to be a major surprise. Just because you don't know at all. They've held it like normally these top 4 picks, they're kind of like, oh, you know where they're going with this, but this is a quarterback thing right here. It could be all smoke. I mean, man, Mac Jones could be like the biggest smoke screen ever. And if Mac Jones isn't taken here at 3, he is going to fall bad. He is going to fall hard. Like, I don't know who the next. Maybe the Broncos pick him at 9, but I don't know if the Broncos are really sold on a guy like Mac Jones. I don't. I think if Trey Lance falls there, I think they take him. But man, and there it is, Zach Wilson.
And so Broadway has a new star. 56 years after drafting Joe Maven, the Jets and their
Sheesh.
Broadway has finally found the man to take
That was it.
to the top.
Now the Niners are on the clock. We got 7.5 minutes here, but they could make the pick beforehand. This is where this decides on how the QBs will fall. This decides it right here.
You're wondering about Steve Young. He went round 1 of the supplemental draft in '84, and there it is, the first of this night. There will be more. Again, safety has been taken into account. The commissioner has been vaccinated. Everyone in the green room has been tested. So we will see the players hugging.
Here we go, man.
Something that I know a lot of them miss. And so, Lewis, again, the lights will be bright on Broadway.
I don't want.
That will have to be managed.
I don't know. Zach Wilson, he's going to do amazing things for him. Like, so I'm going to give out grades actually. So of course Trevor Lawrence A+. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. If they went with anybody else, it probably would have been an F. Zach Wilson, I'm going to give the pick B+. I think he's my 3rd quarterback, so I don't really agree with the Jets picking him there, but he's still a quarterback they liked, and I'm not going to completely kill them for that. So they got their franchise QB. I just don't know if he's the 2nd best quarterback. I think it's Justin Fields. What if this is Justin Fields right here? Like they said, they were deciding between Trey Lance or Mac Jones. What if this is just Justin Fields right here, and they just shocked the world?
You got the 2nd pick. Keep Sam Darnold. You got the 2nd pick. You got Kyle Pitts. You got Jamar Chase. You got Devontae Smith. You got a big-time weapon for your.
That would be insane.
Now you don't have that, but you got Zach Wilson. Mel Snickers takes us down to Susan, who's standing by with Zach Wilson.
And then 4 at Atlanta is interesting. Do they trade out or do they take Kyle Pitts? That was loud.
In late March. Zach, when did you know for sure that you were a New York Jet?
You know what? I wouldn't believe it until the day it happened, but this is exactly what I was hoping for. I'm so excited for the opportunity. And I know we're gonna have something special, and so I can't wait to get to work.
It's been so long since we saw a player here take that walk and then greet the commissioner.
It's really interesting that a team, man, I'm just so shocked that a team that just selected Sam Darnold 3 years ago is already moving on and drafting another quarterback top 3 once more.
Yeah, I know these guys did a good job.
I don't know. I feel like they could have given Sam Darnold another year with a different coach because, oh my gosh, Adam Gase is a terrible coach.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Niners, 4.5 minutes left. They've already decided on which guy they want, but they've just kept it secret from everyone. From everyone.
Again, they will have another first-round pick tonight, currently sitting at 23, and rumors they may be trying to trade up. And so we shall see. Again, they have drafted a lot of quarterbacks over the years. You see names at the top. That was not the common draft era. So Zach Wilson actually is the highest drafted quarterback they've ever had in the common draft era. You see Donald.
In the common draft era, the highest quarterback they drafted was Joe Namath. Then they drafted Mark Sanchez, 5th overall. 3. The pick is already leaked, I'm guessing. I'm not going to look at it because this is one of the most pivotal picks in any draft ever.
See on your screen just how much they traded to move up to that spot.
Come on, just turn the pick in. Ooh. They called it in. They're clapping. They're clapping. Who is it? Dude, the pick is in.
Central Arkansas on October 3rd. They struggled throwing the football in that game. It was 15-30.
Bro, this is. I really want this to be Mac Jones just because it's a quarterback. It's good quarterbacks that fall, like better quarterbacks that fall. I'm not saying that Mac Jones isn't a good quarterback, but.
He's being talked about as the 5th quarterback off the board. I think he could be one of the best in this draft class. So they said we're all over the place here with quarterbacks in the rankings after Trevor Lawrence.
Justin Fields isn't on the phone. Did they call him at all? It's Trey Lance. It's Trey Lance because Mac Jones is still sitting there wondering what the heck's going on, and it's Trey Lance. There's no way it's not. Wow. I'm calling it Trey Lance. I haven't looked at anything. It's gonna be Trey Lance though, because Mac Jones is just sitting there like he ain't celebrating, unless they didn't call anyone. Dude, I feel like Mac Jones was a super duper smoke screen. Excuse me. The pick is in. It's gonna be Trey Lance. I unless they didn't call anyone, it's got to be Trey Lance. I'm not going to go on Twitter. From this pick on, I think I'm going to go to Twitter. But this is interesting. It's got to be Trey Lance.
He can process it better, if not better than anyone in this draft class. And he's still learning. He has probably the highest.
I think the Patriots could trade up to 7 to get Justin Fields. Or 7, 8, 9, whatever pick it's going to take.
I would bet my money on Trey Lance not busting wide because this guy is wired right. You won't find a single person saying bad.
Trey Lance is smart. He's fast. I mean, he's athletic. He struggles with accuracy, but man, he's a smart player. And the accuracy I think will come. So I think it'll be fine.
fans across the country have been waiting for.
It's Trey Lance. Gosh, man, that's so weird.
Have made their decision. We're looking at Jones. We're looking Trey Lance. We've waited all this time, and now finally we will find out. Here comes the commissioner with pick number 3.
With the third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance,
Yep.
quarterback, North Dakota State.
And our questions have been answered. Trey Lance is the quarterback. Whew. Logic does prevail. Whew, man.
As he walks from the green room and walks from Fargo, North Dakota, into the center of the football universe as the third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft.
Wow.
Looks like you're clapping. Why? You feel good for the young man. You feel good. Think about his story coming out of high school. Not a single FBS school would offer him to play quarterback.
Now we got Atlanta.
Whether it be linebacker, safety, every other position. And he was like, nope.
So Mac Jones.
I'm a quarterback. And now you're the third.
Where does Mac Jones? That screws up my mock draft. I had Mac Jones going number 4. Hopefully, I don't think it screws that up much. Now, since Trey Lance is off the board at 3, I think the Falcons take a positional player here. And yeah, this was the smartest pick. They shouldn't have taken Mac Jones. Trey Lance, that's fine. Yeah. If I'm perfectly honest, I would have taken Justin Fields. I don't know why they didn't like Justin Fields, but I mean, he can create. I mean, he's smart. Yeah, I mean, we all thought Mac Jones was going to get taken. He did not, which makes sense. The Falcons could take Justin Fields. I don't know. I don't know, though. Justin Fields could drop like bad, though. So I think number 8 is the hot spot. But here we go. Falcons at 4.
Who likes to run the football from the center? Kyle Shanahan. It's a perfect marriage with the run game. How they want to do, get him outside on the edge. And we always said, whichever quarterback with the San Francisco Bengals, regardless of who it is going to be in the best position. So I think he's in the best position, even better than Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, based on his offense and based on how
happen. He stay healthy, and then Trey Lance. I believe in him, but he's got to get going a little earlier than expected. When there's just much pressure, the Niners. It's supposed to be a win now team. You trade away next year's first and the next year's first. Yeah, I mean, it closes the window a little bit too. So it's a tough situation.
His birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. 11 days.
That's the Goat House report. I'm going to go Bleacher Report.
All right, let's be honest. Quitting vaping is hard, but you don't have to.
Justin Fields, is he going to the Falcons? I don't know.
Mysteries of the draft was where Trey Lance went. Trey, what were those emotions like when you got that call?
Really emotional. Just like I said, just super thankful.
My advice to him would be to just go in there and enjoy the process. The veterans are going to be looking to him to see what kind of person he is, to see how he interacts and how he takes over that offense. They're going to throw everything at him. I remember one time Mike sat me down and had a 20-word play ready for me in the first practice, and they just sat there and wanted to see if I could spit out every single one of those words
and then actually go run the play against a defense led by London Fletcher, one of the best linebackers ever. So I'm excited for him. I think it'll be great. And to be honest with you, I don't think they have a guy on the roster that would be better situated than myself to come in and mentor the kids. So who knows? Maybe there's a reunion in store with the Shanahan.
Give them a call. Thank you, Robert. Any final note on Trey before we move to Atlanta?
Just excited for both sides, right? We get so caught up in what does this do for my team? And that's draft night, right? Right. Night of hope. But good for Trey Lance, right? You go to a place where you don't have to come in and be the guy right away, but you have a team that moves up and invests. Right.
Jim Plunkett, Archie Manning, Dan Pastorini, and then Tim Couch, Donovan McNabb, Achilles Smith. This is the third time where a draft went QB 1, 2, 3.
Another one saying the Falcons going to trade that pick. The pick is in. Terry Fontenot is the Falcons GM. Came from the Saints under Mickey Loomis. A very aggressive front office. This is a team that went 4-12 last year, missed the playoffs, but I believe went 0-8 in one-score games. So a very good team. Where do you think they go here? Is it still Kyle Pitts in your mind?
Yeah, I've heard it's been down to 2 players, but maybe they shock us after what we just saw with the quarterback. But I always heard Kyle
The Falcons are taking
They could reshuffle the offensive line if they take Sewell, but Kyle Pitts.
the Falcons are taking
Kyle Pitts players in this draft.
Kyle
Yes,
Pitts.
the guy. Connor Hughes appears to be the guy breaking all the news tonight. The Falcons are selecting tight end Kyle Pitts. The
Makes
draft
sense.
is off and running. Fourth pick in the draft. Atlanta said, "Oh, you like points? We're going to give you all of them," because they just took a tight end that we haven't seen.
The Bears
ever.
could actually trade up to get Mac Jones.
83 and 5/8 wingspan. Are you kidding me? Did not drop a ball the entire season. And just so you know, this is the highest a tight end has ever been drafted in the NFL.
So Justin Fields.
Now, Riley Odoms to the Broncos.
So I don't expect QB these next couple picks. It could, Justin Fields could go to the Lions. So my mock, I got the first. I got 3 out of 4 right for my first 4 picks in the mock. So.
Runs like a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's the right pick. That's the right pick. And who knows if they're going to trade Julio Jones? But Kyle Pitts was the right pick. Tight end out of Florida.
This is an exciting player. It really is. And in offense,
And they still have Hayden Hurst. Like, you can play with 2 tight ends. Like, it's like if you say, "Oh, but they already have a tight end." No, you don't need to have 1 tight end on the field. Like it's kind of like having like multiple receivers. You can have up to 3 receivers on the field. You can have up to 2 tight ends on the field. You have Hayden Hurst and Kyle Pitts on the same field with Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and then whoever they have at running back. I really don't know who that is, but that's still a really good offense. So, to get those guys there, that offense is going to be really interesting for Atlanta. And a new offensive coordinator, a new coach, Arthur Smith. There, it's going to be interesting. So they pass on the quarterback. They're not looking for the future yet. They want to win right now with Matt Ryan, and that makes sense. They didn't trade out. Yeah. Now the Bengals, I think this is Jamar Chase right here. And then I think number 6 is going to be Penei Sewell. It could be Jalen Waddle, but I think it's Penei Sewell. But yeah. They compared him to Darren Waller from Vegas, but I think he's a better version of Darren Waller right away. When he enters the league, he's going to be a top five tight end right away. Like, there's no question about it. Like, you could put him at receiver because of his length, and if you put him at receiver, he's going to be too tall for a corner. And if you put him at tight end, he's going to be too fast for linebackers. He's going to be a game-breaking weapon. This makes too much sense. That offense is going to be legit. And he didn't even spend the majority of his time at tight end. Like, yeah, he spent his most snaps at tight end, but he also played 12 snaps he He got 19 catches at the tight end position. He got 12 catches at the slot position, and he got 12 catches at the wideout position. He's not just a tight end. He's gonna get everywhere. He's gonna make catches everywhere. It's just how it is. Yeah, this guy has the potential to be better than Julio Jones as a weapon. So this guy is gonna be really, really good. He's gonna look sweet in those Falcon uni. So excuse me. I think the Bengals